The COVID-19 pandemic had left us bound in our homes for some time. Now that the crippling pandemic is coming to an end, swashbucklers and travel lovers alike are hungry for experience. In this video, we have decided to gather all the fantasies from the 7 wonders of the world to investigate, dream, and feed your soul. We'll take you on this virtual visit so you can watch them from the solace of your home. Before we dive right in, support us by clicking the subscribe, like, and bell ring icons so we can bring in more quality travel videos just for you. Number 7 is the Great Wall of China. The wall was constructed to protect the people from invaders' attacks and for unified control of territory, trade, and travel throughout China. More than 1 million workers were slogged, and it took about 9 years to build this massive wall. Although the wall still exists today, over 1/3 of the wall has been battered and yet restored. The massive Great Wall of China is one of the most significant building construction projects ever undertaken in human history. The Great Wall consists of numerous walls. Many of them are parallel. This wall often traces the crest lines of hills and mountains it passes across the countryside. The most stunning design of this wall makes it a wonder on Earth. However, several areas of the divider are currently in ruins or have vanished totally. A walk along the Great Wall of China will take you through confounding and staggering views, including massive prominent mountains and well-known structures. During the construction of this marvel, though, more than 1 million convicts died through forced labor to build it. Archaeologists have tracked down the remains of the human parts and called it the longest graveyard on Earth. Mournful relatives of the dead still walk by the side of the wall with a chicken close behind, as it would cast away the evil spirits. The Great Wall of China is roughly 5,500 miles in length, drawing in around 10 million individuals every year. Many people visited the Great Wall to fundraise for notable causes. Aside from the fundraising, there are alleged stories that the course of the Great Wall was initially delineated by a mythical dragon, and a fallacy exists for many decades is that the Great Wall is visible from the moon. Nevertheless, this is just a made-up story, so please don't believe it, guys. Number 6 is Petra. Petra is known as the Rose City due to its unique stones and extravagant colors. Petra is a spectacular place that one will need to see to believe. Petra comes from Petros, which means rock in Greek. It is an ancient city of the world, and to get to this place, you will need to go through a massive ravine called the Siq, which is around 1.2 kilometers long, 3 meters wide, and 8 meters high as the Siq cliffs on each side. Petra is located on the 7 wonders of the world, as UNESCO described the historical and archaeological city as one of the most precious cultural properties of man's cultural heritage. Petra is an abode for roughly 800 plus tombs. The most famous is the treasury, which is estimated to be more than 2,000 years old. The treasury was initially a mausoleum and vault. The archaeologists have explored approximately 15% of Petra, and there is still plenty to be revealed. And Petra Archaeological Park was listed on UNESCO World Heritage Sites since 1985. Petra's unique water channel system has been used for storage and supply for its people. The plan and the way its water channel was built was enough to support 30,000 citizens of Petra at the time. The Mummy Returns, Indiana Jones, and The Last Crusade were some of the most noteworthy movies filmed here. The augmented knowledge about Petra has led to an influx in tourism to the site. The next wonder on the list is the Colosseum. Colosseum is Italy's most iconic structure, receiving about 4 million visitors every year. The Colosseum is found in the city of Rome, and it was constructed with stone and concrete by tens of thousands of enslaved Jewish people at the time. The Colosseum is the largest arena on the globe, measuring 189 meters long, 156 meters wide, and 50 meters in height. It could seat around 50,000 spectators for an array of events. These include reenactments of famous battles, gladiator contests, and animal hunts. Before the games began, the Colosseum arena had 36 trapdoors and many underground passages and rooms to hold wild animals and gladiators. The Colosseum had a movable awning to protect the spectators from the scorching sun over the seated area. Animals included lions, tigers, rhinos, crocodiles, and bears, which were obtained from all over the Roman Empire. Several million people and wild animals died due to brutal treatment during the gladiatorial games, of which the spirits of those who died still roam the Colosseum to this day. When there were constraints in acquiring animals and gladiators in the arena, the contest stopped in 435 AD. As the Colosseum survived throughout the times, natural disasters, vandalism, and earthquakes destroyed approximately 2/3 of the Colosseum of what you can see today. Chichen Itza is number 4 on the list. We'll take you to this prehistoric Mayan pyramid in Mexico. Chichen Itza is 200 kilometers from Cancun and is a massive pyramid, among the most visited archaeological sites in the entire world. The Temple of Kukulkan is well known for the Mayan serpent god, and the historic site hosts stunning pyramids that the Mayans built, such as the Temple of Warriors, a rotund observatory, and a vast ball court. Chichen Itza is more than 1,500 years old, which was once a sprawling city full of people and activity. Kukulkan Pyramid is between two smaller pyramids, has 365 steps, 91 steps on each side of the 4 sides, and 1 at the top. Each side represented one season and was used to figure out the best times for sowing seeds and harvesting crops. The monuments were celestial aligned and for a circular-shaped observatory, and an El Carousel is utilized to determine the location of the sun and the planets. The colossal pyramid functioned as one of the most extensive calendars used in history. Twice every year, it is believed that the serpent god, Kukulkan, descends on the pyramid. At this temple, the sun outlines a serpent's shadow, taking the pyramid every year during the equinoxes. The undulating shadow, representing the body of a snake, slowly moves down as the sun sets before merging with the serpent head at the bottom of the stairs. In addition to the mysterious shadows, Chichen Itza is also the home to eerie sounds. Yes, you heard us right. You can hear strange sounds at the lost city of Chichen Itza. If you clap your hands at the base of El Castillo stairs, you can listen to an echo that resembles the warble of the Mexican bird that was considered sacred in the Mayan culture. The land of the Mayans is not only a mystery, it is more about gruesome sacrifices and severe death penalties. Quite similar to what we saw at the Colosseum in Rome. Many structures in Chichen Itza are evidence of these practices. The platform of Zampatli is gloomy and miserable, with hundreds of heads of victims and soldiers, all of which were carved onto the platform's walls. Machu Picchu is an ancient Inca fortress covered in mysteries, and thus we list it as number 3 of the world's wonders. Concealed in the mountains and perched hazardously on a cliff edge, Machu Picchu has earned its name as one of the 7 wonders of the world. In the native Quechua language, Machu means old and Picchu means old mountain. The site is better known as Old Mountain, making full sense of the citadel overlooking the spectacular mountain. Precisely cut stones were fit together without mortar to construct the site. It was so precise, you can't even make a knife blade cut between the walls of the structures. These ancient walls of Machu Picchu have withstood hundreds of years of climate change and even earthquakes. Machu Picchu was a royal retreat for Emperor Pachacuti, who ruled the Inca Empire from 1438 to 1471, and was assumed he regularly visited the city. Other than the famous Inca Trail to reach Machu Picchu, there are quite a few lesser-known hiking itineraries or paths you may want to try. If you do, you will be fortunate enough to pass through snow-covered peaks and green jungles while on the hike. Machu Picchu's high mountain is misty and cloudy until you hit noon. Locals believe that the spirits will rise from the ground as the mist around Machu Picchu rises at night. As a result, many of the porters living nearby sleep with a mirror to protect them from the ghosts. Machu Picchu is complete with temples, bathhouses, sleeping quarters, and most important of all, mysteries. At the Temple of the Sun, explorers will witness ancient sundials. It is considered an impressive feature that track time and place the rest in the shade. The Taj Mahal is not only the epitome of love, but the epitome of architecture. Built in 1632, the Taj Mahal is known for its priceless legacy, which took 22 years to build. Over 20,000 workers and more than 1,000 elephants were used to construct it. The most talented builders, artists, architects, and creative artisans conceptualized the Taj Mahal. It is a masterpiece of classical symmetry, composition, and uniformity. The bulbous domes, slender minarets with cupolas at the 4 corners, Large halls, massive vaulted gateways, and delicate ornamentation are the Mughal architecture's uniqueness. Based on a square base, with 80 feet in height inner domed roof, the Taj includes a symmetrical building. It has a vast 200-foot-high onion-shaped outer dome covering the inner dome. The white marble-covered wall of the Taj Mahal contains some of the most delicate and decorative art known to Mughal architecture. The walls of the inner mausoleum were beautifully floral-shaped ornaments and abstract patterns, using many precious and semi-precious gemstones. The Taj Mahal is indeed a brilliantly crafted piece of work that almost topped it on the list of world's wonders. Number 1 on our list of wonders is the phenomenal Christ the Redeemer. Every day tripper knows Christ the Redeemer, one of Rio de Janeiro's primary and most visited tourist fascinations. It took 9 long years to build and install this statue of Christ the Redeemer, and to move and locate all the materials to the top of a 710-meter-high mountain. It is amongst one of the tallest statues of Jesus in the world. In July 2007, Christ the Redeemer was registered in the 7 Wonders of the World. Standing up on top of a large mountain, the statue is prone to lightning strikes, as it gets hit several times a year. In 2008, an enormous thunderstorm damaged the head, eyebrows, and fingers, and later in 2014, lightning struck and broke one of Christ's fingers. Over the years, the statue has gotten quite dark. The restorers resort to using different types of stone to fix any damages. Consequently, the rock has become a darker hue from the earlier light color of the statue. We thought it out for you, and we hope you liked it. We thought of making this video just to remind you about the 7 wonders of the world. If you liked this video, remember to give us a subscribe, like, and click the bell ring icon, and let us know in the comments section what you think. Thanks for watching.